y'all. So I said I was gonna try to do live some more. So I'm on here, but I love to multitask. So I just finished washing my hair, but I was walking around, so it shrunk. You get even shorter, but yeah. Just come on here to chat it up with you all. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if I need to move this up more. Yeah, I'm just coming out here to spend some time with you all. I just washed my hair. I just came from a nice Sunday walk with the family. So we got all sweaty and hot. Took a nice shower just now. And the brothers are making dinner, so that's a beautiful blessing. so I get to just do my hair. But all praises. So I usually just alternate from these two shampoos. I like the Suave brand. I mean, I'll use different other brands, but this is like my go-to. Sometimes I'll do like the Trader Joe's, but these are more so my go-to shampoos. And I have tutorials on how I wash my hair on the Natural Woolly YouTube. You can check that out. It's youtube.com/natural woolly, one word. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can add people on this live so I can see some of your faces, but I don't know how to do that. There is a plus sign here. I'm not sure, but if anybody knows how, then just let me know. But basically, after I shampoo, every week, I shampoo, this is the camera, okay. Every week I shampoo. Then if I'm having a busy week, then I'll wash my hair every week and a half or every 2 weeks. But mostly I wash my hair on the weekends, if not Friday night, on the Sabbath night. Then I'll do it like on a Saturday during the day when I wake up, or on a Sunday like today. But normally it's on the weekend. Okay? So after I wash my hair, I just deep condition. That's the conditioner that penetrates through your hair shaft. Okay? I used to, I graduated cosmetology school, so I was gonna open up a salon and everything, you know. Change of plans. Maybe in the future. I don't know. But yeah. So I alternate from different deep conditioners. I normally use Shea Moisture. Because it has a hydrolyzed component in there, which is the component that penetrates through the hair and strengthens the hair. So I normally use their deep conditioners. And if I'm really trying to like really love on my hair, I'll do like a hair mayo. Okay. But today I'm going to use Shea Moisture's Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. Okay. You know my eyes are bad, so hold on. Manuka honey, flora oil. This is one of my favorites, and it smells so good. I love smell goods. Okay. And if my hair is dry that week, I'll use this one, which is the Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Treatment. Or if I have Haitian castor oil, I'll use that as well. Y'all know I'm Haitian, so. But yeah, it's basically the same thing, just a little different. Okay. Now, I'm going to use this one because my hair did a great job this week. It wasn't too dry. When I washed my hair, it wasn't like thirsty too much. So I'm going to do this one. This is like kind of my like regular hair day deep condition. So those are the 3 go-tos, but I'll definitely try different deep conditioners as long as it's like moisturizing and it allows me to slip the comb through my hair as easy as possible. So while I do my hair, I want to talk to you about like what's going on with the music and everything. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Okay. And thank you for sharing this video. Okay. So that's about it. So now normally my hair will be soaked because I like to detangle as I put my deep conditioner. I'm going to use the camera as my mirror. And I got this shirt. I forgot the brand name, but when I find the brand name, or if the owner is watching, just go ahead and plug yourself and put your website. Because I love this shirt. It's a positive vibe, and it has music notes. I love that. Okay. So yeah, y'all, how y'all doing? How was your Sunday? The first day of the week. How's that going? And if I'm doing like an afro, I'll do 5 parts. 1 part here, 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. My bad, 6 parts. If I'm doing an afro. But if it's just a regular weekday, I'll just part it down the middle and just do 4. And do 4 sections. I have a tutorial for afro. I just literally, that's not on the top of my priority list, so I haven't edited it. It's filmed and everything. I just haven't had the moment to, you know what, and if it's hard for me, it's hard because you know my hair was shrinking as I was walking around doing stuff. So I'll just take a little bit like this to moisturize my fingers of the deep conditioner and just help myself to part it. I see y'all coming in. Hold on. After I wipe this water off my eye, I will shout you out. But yeah, I'm just making 4 parts, y'all. This is what I do every week. I've been kind of slacking because I've been so bogged down with getting my music business off the floor and up and running the way I want it to. So my hair hasn't been getting the TLC that I normally give it, like, but you know, I did like a bentonite clay wash, which is something I do like once a month. I'll show you that in a minute. But you know what, actually I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Because I do like a triangle. So I do 1 here on top, 1 on the side, 1 on the other side. So, what y'all saying? What are we doing here, beloved? You sound very low. Oh no, I do. Okay, I'm gonna try to talk a little louder, and I'm gonna come closer. How do I sound now? Do I sound a little louder? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I would have used my phone, but I'm always like going like this, trying to read your comments. So I was like, let me use the iPad this time. And that makes your comments be a little bigger. But Shalom, Rhoda. Things are coming on the live. It's the same, huh? me see if I can put headphones. If I put headphones on. If I put headphones, then okay. I'm gonna just put some headphones on, and hopefully that'll work. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna try these headphones. Thanks for letting me know, Rhoda. Okay, I'm gonna try these headphones. Okay, what about now? I just unplugged the charger. Let's see. Let me know if you can hear me a little more better. It's the same even with the headphones? Really? Let me put this up. Oh, better. Okay. All praises. Yes. So, normally I'll have like one of these on. Oh, my bad. Normally I'll have one of these on to keep the moisture in my hair so I don't have to keep using the spray bottle. But I'm going to do that last section right click and then I'll put it back on. But yeah. Gabrielle White, shalom. Yay. I'm glad you can hear me. Yep. This is what I do every week. Wash my hair. You know, I don't even time myself anymore. It takes me about a couple hours. But if I'm really taking my time, then it'll take me like 3 hours. I'm also going to post this on my Natural Woolly page where I do my little natural hair encouragement and inspiration content over there. And I might upload this video to the Natural Woolly YouTube page just to have a little vlog. But yeah, this is kind of big. This is a big section. Okay, I'm gonna work with it. Okay, and I use like these. I have like butterfly ones too, but these are like, I like these because they're sturdy. But I got some butterfly ones that I use when my hair is dry. But yep. Okay, so this is my 4th section, and I just clip it. Okay. So yeah, what do I have going on, y'all? I've got the new single. Let me know if you can still hear me. I got the new single, Champion, featuring my Lord, Bezaleel, my awesome husband. So yeah, I just I grab a little at a time, 3 fingers worth, and I just go ahead and, you know, I'm normally heavy-handed with the deep conditioner. You want to be as gentle as possible, but you know, you gotta know your hair and what it can take. So first I finger detangle, and then I go in with the comb, because I like a detangled hair. I guess it's just habit from being relaxed, but you know, it actually took some time for me to even finger detangle because I just wasn't used to it. But I do it first, and then I go into with the comb. Shalom, y'all. Good evening, Miriam. Thanks for coming on the live and spending time with me. Y'all could share this video too. But yeah, this is just me trying to make sure I spend time with you all, be alive, so you know. And we have an alkaline water system, so all the water here is alkaline, so that's pretty good for your hair too. You're drinking it, you're showering in it, you're spritzing your hair with it. It's really good. Alkaline water is really good. Oh, let me show you. So that's my shed here. I'm gonna have some more, but I like to have it really moist, and it helps me detangle better. Okay. Yeah, so the new single, right? Champion. Let me know what y'all think about it. I know y'all been living with it for a minute now. It's been like 2 weeks now. It's been out. When did it drop? May 3rd? Yeah. So yeah, I use my fingers as like a comb, a wide tooth comb, and then I could feel. See, the comb can't feel, but my fingers can. So that's when I get a roadblock, I slow down and I take my time. Yep. And normally I'll go slower than this. Like I'll have like I'll watch my music business videos and learn things about that. I'll have that going while I do this. I take my time and, you know. So yeah, as it detangles, you start seeing the curl pattern. Let me know if anybody here is not natural. I know a lot of my sisters are natural, but if you're not natural, let me know. If you're not, and have you been thinking about going natural? I transitioned and I big chopped. My big chop wasn't too short, but it was definitely short. And that's also on my natural woolly. Is it on my natural woolly? On my natural woolly page. I think my journey is on there, or it might be on my music page. I'm not sure. But yeah. You see my Lord on here, Rhoda. Shalom, my Lord. He's watching the live. But yeah. So yeah, my Lord is on my newest single. I will be editing the music video. That's exciting. He filmed all the shots, so you know the shots are gonna be beautiful. You know, husband, wife, team. That's what we do. You know. Yeah. So like I said, I'm heavy-handed with the deep conditioner. Excuse this pimple. I'm probably gonna have my girly time soon. Yep. Makeup does wonders. Okay, see? Okay, so now when it starts springing up like that, I'm gonna put a little, and then if I want that extra moisture, I'll get like a penetrative oil, like an avocado oil, and I'll also add that. So let me see if I can find it. You know what? No, I was going to use the castor oil. I got this from Whole Foods. I was going to use the castor oil, but I'm going to do it when I use my Jamaican by castor oil deep conditioner, so it could all be like together. So I'm going to go ahead and get the avocado oil. Shalom, Nadar. Shalom, princess. Thank you for coming on the live. I know, Rhoda. I'm excited, about this music video. Yeah. Hopefully I do it justice, but I know my Lord won't let me put out craziness. But, He's teaching me how to be more self-sufficient. So I got the avocado oil and I just kind of put it right on top for that extra moisture. Okay, so my finger is going through nicely, so that means the comb is ready. Okay, and the comb don't have to do too much work. Oh. Okay, so let's start from the bottom, work my way up. Y'all know I had a bald spot one time. I was stressing. Stress will do that, so you want to definitely keep your peace at all times, because Most High will has his ways of slowing you down. Okay, so now we're good. So now I'm going to twist it. And after I finish all this is section 1 of 5. So after I finish all this, I go under a dryer, or if I have like something to do where I need to walk around, then I'll just keep this in for like an hour at least. But normally I'll just go under the dryer and I'll just go under the dryer and trying to get it off my finger. I'll go under the dryer for like 15 minutes at least. Sometimes if I'm like watching something and I want to finish it, I'll do the like 30 minutes and then I'll rinse it out. I'll probably go back in the shower and rinse it out, or if I don't want to get my whole body wet, I'll go in this kitchen sink and just rinse out the deep conditioner at a section at a time. I think I have that video on the Natural Woolly YouTube too. Oh, Shalom, Patricia. How are you? Shalom, Lopez. Hector, how are you? Thank you, Rhoda. Beautiful hair. Yes, that's that woolly hair. Yep. All praises. Thank you. But yeah. So, back to the single, right? The new Champion single. You can support it by actually buying the single, which is $2.99 on the website. ZemiraIsrael.com. And yeah, that's how you can support it, and also you can stream it on all the digital platforms. I don't think my music is on Pandora, but I do have a feature with these brothers, well, with these with these guys from London, and the song I have with them is on Pandora. But my other music, it's like harder for me to get it on there, and so Whenever it's all on there, I guess I'll let you know. But I just have that one feature on Pandora. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I'm about to go on here. Let me see if I could. Let's see if I could put the link in there for you. But yeah, I'd really appreciate everyone that has been supporting the single, tagging me in their reviews and supporting it by buying the single and streaming it. I know there was this one artist. Now I'm not saying you gotta do this, but you know, if you got the time and you're kind of and you're I guess phone savvy, you could do this. But I know there's this one artist who went and told their fans to stream their music all night, right? And just let it play. And then while they sleep, they would have the music playing, right? But they would have their phone like on silent or a mute, so they won't hear the song while they're sleeping. But they have it on replay, like on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever they have that artist's music. And that helped that artist to get on editorial playlists. And that's a big deal for an artist, because when you get on an editorial playlist, you'll have more listens, like thousands of people listen to those particular editorial playlists, and that's just more exposure for that artist. And when it comes to me, if you were to want to do that also, then that just means more exposure for the type of music that I do, which is spiritual music, right? Bible-based music. So if you're into that, if you're down with that, that's my vision. And that would be a nice goal to land on an editorial playlist because of the streaming. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll email all the ZTRIBE fam members and be like, hey, this one artist did this. I think we could do it too. Let's try it. You know, I'm all for trying new things and seeing where this music can go. You know, all praises to the Most High. There's people that have told me that because of my music, they've repented. And that's a blessing. And that's very humbling to hear, for them to share that with me. And it just lets me know that I'm doing the right thing and I'm going on the right path. You know? I always said I wanted to do music that was edifying. You know, even before I woke up into this truth, into keeping the laws and the faith of Christ, I always said, because I was in a girl group and then I went solo, and then, you know, all this. But before this truth, I always said I wanted to make edifying music. You know, I didn't want to be that artist that was going to be twerking and being half naked, and then that's all I'm talking about, you know. I wanted to make life-changing music. So I'm very thankful to the Father for waking me up and allowing me to use His word for His glory and for His people's edification and enjoyment and entertainment. You know, I always say my favorite songwriters is King David, and yeah, King David is my favorite songwriter. But guess who's my favorite artist though? Yes? Oh, it's probably in the freezer. if I think all of them are in the freezer, in our freezer.
Oh wait, that's a bad symbol, right? Oh, hold up. Shalom.
Yeah. They're grilling today, so he was asking me about the hot dog buns. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just chatting it up with you all while I do this, and I'll probably end this live when I finish doing this, because then I'm gonna go under the dryer, and that gets a little loud. So, but yeah. So what was I saying? I was talking about the single, right? Oh yeah, and what that particular artist did and asked of their fans. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna ask my ZTRIBE fam if they could just go to sleep to Champion or any of my music really, and just put it on silent. And when they wake up, they could just turn it off, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And of course, the streams help pay our bills. So, of course, you know. Yeah, so I'm grateful that I could have a business with this as well and help my Lord, you know, financially, if I could. That's always nice. But, yeah, I think the kind of music that I do is edifying, you know. I know it's edifying because it's Bible based. So, you know, my goal is definitely to have the exposure so that the right people can be reached through the music, and the Most High can do the rest, you know. I do not mind planting a seed and even watering it, but if I could just plant a seed of righteousness, then that is all right with me, you know. Hey y'all, I was jamming off Champion this morning when I was cleaning the house. Oh, thanks Nadar. Listen to your music every day. It helps build my spirit before I go out into the world. All praises. That's what I love to hear. Yeah. Yep. I'm so glad that I could take you guys to a place, to a good place, you know, with the words of the music that I make. So I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that, Sis Nadar. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Hey Nadar, did you contact that sister about those menorah earrings? I know you were asking me about it. I'm not sure if she's still in business, actually. I got those years ago. So, I don't know. I don't know if she's still in business. I hope she is, because I would like to buy some more of those menorah earrings, because those are like one of my favorite earrings of all time. I wish I could make it. She does it by hand, which is beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's still in business and doing that, because that was years ago. I hope she kept at it. But you know, things change. People's priorities change. And this spray bottle is the bomb. I got it at Sally's. It's like a misty spray. So like Yep. Hey, Rhoda. Hear me roar like a lion in the jungle. Watch me soar. All praises. Hear me roar. Fly high, but I stay humble. Did I mess up my own words? I'm a lion in the jungle. Yes. I love that part. My Lord, he did so nicely arranging my vocals on there. And I love that part. It's the most melodic part on the song. So, yes. But yeah, I hope this song and the upcoming visual really, edifies you and encourages you all to not feel defeated, because sometimes we could feel defeated in our lives in this world. And I just hope this song just makes you feel confident inside, confident and like you could take on the world. So, I'm like pausing. Hold on. I came into the truth in 2016, and you inspired me on how to dress modestly, and I thank the Most High for you, sister. Don't make me cry on here. Don't do it, Nadar. Don't do it. All praises and glory to the Father. Ooh, 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 get in the kitchen. Oh, wait. All praises. Yep. Yes, I don't know those that are just joining, but that's all I wear is dresses and skirts. And that's based off of my belief according to Deuteronomy 22:5. That's why I wear dresses and skirts. If anyone wondered, And of course, I believe it's, Corinthians, if I'm not mistaken. Also let you know to dress modestly as a woman. Because, this world is getting more lusty as the years and generations go by. It's only going to get worse. It's definitely like Sodom and Gomorrah. So, the more I can do to be modest around my brothers, the best I could, even with my shapeliness. I try to be as modest as possible, and I'm glad that I'm able to be an example to sisters, my beautiful sisters like Nadar. So all praise to the Most High for that. Hey, are y'all sharing this? Are y'all getting in on this? I haven't worn pants since, wow, all praises. I remember when I read that scripture, I was like, oh snap. And I think I throw away? I think I threw away all my jeans. I used to wear jeans like all the time. I was kind of like a tomboy, actually. Not a tomboy, but like I loved like to wear jeans and just like a white beater. Like that was my thing, because I like to be comfortable. So I threw away my jeans, and then I found out that you can keep your jeans and just turn them into skirts. But at the time I didn't know how to sew, and I didn't know anything about that. So if anyone's watching and transitioning into that kind of lifestyle, then I would say save your jeans so you can change them into a skirt, so you don't waste your money and stuff like that. But yeah, I used to rotate between like 2 dresses every week. No, I think I had like 2 dresses that I would just alternate. And then every week, every Sunday, I would buy myself another outfit, another skirt or another dress. And that's because I was working at the time. So every week, I would treat myself to a nice dress or a nice skirt and a nice blouse top. And that's how my wardrobe grew. Then I was taught how to sew. And then I started sewing, but I'm not that great at it. I did a few dresses with some help and it came out nice. But yeah, so back to the single. I am going to email. That's probably what I'm going to email the ZTRIBE this week, is to try to do that little experiment with me. I'm going to call it Mission Possible. I'm going to start some Mission Possibles with the ZTRIBE. Shalom, most high. Oh, I can't say it, but blessings to you, Jonathan. Blessings to you. Thank you for joining. I'm just doing a chit chat. Yeah, Zephaniah 1:8. That will get you. That's judgment for those that do not dress according to the Father's will. Rhoda, awesomeness. Oh, your vocals are phenomenal. Oh, all praises. I be trying, I be trying to listen to Whitney Houston and Toni Braxton. And I'm like, oh, how they do that? I want to do something like that. Really, Rule Over Me and Two Are Better Than One were inspired by Whitney Houston and Toni Braxton. More so Whitney Houston, but Arian, I hope I'm saying it right. Shalom, beautiful. Thanks for coming on the live. I'm just doing my hair and doing a little chit chat. Making sure I didn't miss any of your comments. Okay. Okay. Oh, shalom. Okay. Rhoda, Nadar, me too, sis. 2016, I found my heritage. I learned a lot from this sister right here. My beloved sister. Oh, all praises to the highest. Oh, snap, Rhoda. You started a watch party? I still don't know how to do that thing. I'm going to try to do one. But thank you for the watch party and sharing it. All praises. All praises, y'all. But yeah, normally, this is what I do. Of course, I get through it a little faster because I'm literally just watching a video of some sort. Most likely like a business tutorial video, because I don't like having idle time. I'm kind of like a workaholic, so I'm always doing something. If I'm not doing something, like if I'm doing this, I'm multitasking. If I'm washing dishes, a lot of times I'll have like headphones on, listening to something, or I'll have the iPad next to me watching something. Or sometimes I'll just have quiet time in my head. But yeah, I like to always be doing something. And this music is very passionate. It's a passion project for me, because I know the Father gave me the gift to use it and to share it. So I want to use it to the best of my abilities, and I want to share it with as many people as possible, And why not, the scriptures talk about, your gift making room for you. I'm not going to quote it because my head's not covered, but your gift is supposed to make room for you, and if you're diligent, you're supposed to reap benefits, sit with people who are also diligent in what they do, in Lord's will. your vision aligns with their vision too. And then that way you can build from there, you know? So I'm all about that. You know, I like this little chat with you guys. I might do this every time I wash my hair. How about that? What y'all think? Because I could watch like business videos any other day during the week while I'm doing other stuff. But this is nice on like on Sunday or even on a Sabbath. Because on a Sabbath I do this too. But I think this Sabbath I just wanted to kind of chill. Chill a little more. But yeah, if I'm rushing, this process is very like, I don't want to do it. But if I'm taking my time, it's very therapeutic. It's very calming for me, you know, very relaxing. So that's why I do it a lot of times on the Sabbath, Friday night or Saturday during the day. Oh, bro, that Israel was the first single you heard. All praises. I remember we put the album out, and that wasn't even the single. We had Stand Up as the single, and then everybody just gravitated to the Israel song. So somebody put that joint up on YouTube. All praise to the Most High. I love when you guys put my music up on YouTube and Facebook, anywhere. But this one brother Ezekiel, put the Israel song up around the time that the album dropped. What was it, 2014? And that thing blew up like on a Nation of Israel level. Like that was, y'all really love that song. I mean, I love the song too. That song was literally the first song I wrote. When I started repenting, that was the first song I wrote. And it didn't come out. I think I wrote it 2011, like around winter time or 20. Yeah, it had to be around 2011 winter time, because that's around the time I started repenting. And my Lord sent me that track. At the time, he wasn't my Lord. Excuse me, you know, I got my aligners in. So I have a list. But at the time, he wasn't my Lord. He was just a brother that was counseling me. Like, really, genuinely. Like, anybody that knows my Lord knows he's a genuine brother who loves his people, is always going above and beyond for his people. And that's exactly how he treated me, like a sister, like a princess in the nation. And, you know, I really appreciated that. So he was like a brother to me in the very beginning. And, you know, when I had questions during work hours, I would text him. There's a whole story to how I got his number, but it was crazy because when I was trying to go to this camp, to this congregation, I got lost. So I called one of the congregation's leaders, and that leader ended up giving Bezaleel, my now husband, my number to come find me. So he literally found me in the streets of Bronx, New York. I'm just walking around. You know me, my little jolly self at times. I'm not thinking I'm in a dangerous neighborhood or nothing. And I came from the Christian church, so I was just smiling at everybody. You know, in New York, people be mean mugging you. I was just like, I'm trying to find this congregation. But anywho, he found me. And from then on, he had my number. And I had his number. And, you know, if I had any questions, I was able to ask him. And actually, I'm used to taking Bibles from churches. Not like stealing, but like the Christian churches I used to go to, they would always give you free, like, Bibles to take home. And so I was like, okay. So when I got into the congregation with Bezaleel, I had a Bible, but I didn't have a Bible with the Apocrypha in it, the hidden books of the Bible. I didn't have that. So he gave me a full Bible. That he lent it to me, right? But I thought he was giving it to me. So anywho, he lent me a whole Bible with the Apocrypha in it. He's like, here, sis, so you could follow along with the class. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So I have the Bible. So fast forward, I had to leave, right, to go back home. And I'm about to go and take the train because at the time, you take trains in New York, because everything's congested. But I have the Bible still in my hand. And I keep it with me, and I leave the congregation with the Bible. So I'm thinking, yeah, this is my Bible. He gave me a Bible. So I have the Bible, and there was another brother who escorted me, which was really nice of him too. He escorted me to the train station because he so happened to live in Jersey, because at the time I was living in Jersey, and New York is not far. New York is not far from Jersey. So I'm going to the train station with this other brother, and he's like escorting me to the station, and he's going his separate way when we get to, a certain spot in Jersey. And, but when I was sitting at the station with the brother, this is not Bezaleel. Because Bezaleel lived in the Bronx. We live in Texas now, but he lived in the Bronx. So this other brother, I'm gonna say Jacob. That's not his name, but Jacob. We were sitting on the bench next to, the train, waiting for the train to come. And he looks at my lap. I still had the Bible on my lap. He looks at my lap and he's like, sis, is that your Bible? And I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, sis, no, that's the school's Bible. I was like, oh, I thought Bezaleel was giving me the Bible to have, because I didn't have the Apocrypha. So I felt like real stupid, and I felt so sad, because I was like, dang, I'm breaking commandments left and right already, right? Being hard on myself as a babe in the Lord. I was like, oh, I'm stealing Bibles. And I was like, oh, brother, I'm going to bring it back. And he was like, no, you could take it. You could take it with you home, study, and just bring it back when you come back. I was like, okay. So it was too late, so I didn't want to text Beth a little too late, because I don't know if the man is married. I didn't know, what was going on. So, I didn't text him that night, but I texted him the next morning. And I was like, I texted him because I was on a bus. I remember so clearly. I was on a bus stop on my way to work, and I texted him the next morning, and I was like, brother, I'm so sorry. I took the Bible you gave me. I thought that you were giving it to me to have, and I didn't mean to steal it. And I was like, just whatever. I don't remember word for word what I was saying in the text, but I was basically saying sorry, and then I didn't mean to steal it. And my Lord, being the brother that he is, he said something, Mark. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he basically, he was joking, but I didn't know he was joking because I didn't know his humor at the time. So he was like, what did he say? He said something like, sis, you're a thief. He just texted something simple like that. And I was like, oh, snap. That crushed my heart. I was like, you know what? I need to repent again, today, again, daily. And I was so sad. And then he texted again and said, I'll just playing, sis. Just bring it back next time you come. So I'm like, oh, no, he didn't. He's a jokester. So anybody that knows my Lord, he is a big jokester. Sometimes he be going too far. But so he's a jokester. And since then, I was like, okay, he's a funny brother. Okay, he's cool. And so since then, we just clicked, He was a big brother to me at the time. I had all these questions every day about the truth, about the Bible. And he would just answer it according to scripture. And that's how our relationship grew. Yeah. And then, one day we asked each other if we was feeling each other, on a different level. And we both agreed that we were. And then that was history. So now he's my hubby. He's my Lord. Can't see myself with anyone else. He's very good to me. He takes really good care of me. And I pray that I could be the best wifey ever in eternity, even when we're immortal. Just want to be his. So anyway, let me see what y'all saying, because I said a mouthful. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even realize I'm on the third section. Okay. Yeah, so that was the story behind Israel Rhoda. That's how I got to that story. So basically, as we were talking, Bezaleel and I, I think the other brother let him know that I did music, and so that's what made him feel comfortable showing me his tracks. And I didn't even know he did instrumentals and beats and things like that, but he did. And he sent me his SoundCloud account of all the beats that he had, and I was like, okay. So I started listening to it, and that track to Israel was one of them. And I was like, I like this one. This one's nice. And I wrote the same day he sent me that SoundCloud account. I wrote the whole song Israel in that same day. Probably took me like 15 minutes to no more than an hour. I remember it was really quick. Because, I was learning. I was learning all this milky substance from the Bible. And I was like, and that's just what came out of me at the time. And so that's how Israel came about. So the next day, I sent him my rough, because I recorded it roughly on my old laptop. And I sent him the rough, and he was like, wow, you did it that quick? And I was like, yeah. And then in 2014 is when we recorded the actual final version, which is the version that you guys hear now in the Legendary People album. So that's how that story came about, Rhoda. I know that took a long time saying it. Okay. Nadar. Woolly hair made me cut all, y'all know my eyes are bad, all the perm out my hair and start new. I love my loss. You said, oh, your locks. I said loss. Yes, I know you got locks, sis. All praise to the Most High. That is still natural woolly hair, just intertwined together. And I love locks too. I think it's beautiful. There's these there's this sister artist called Hallie and Chloe. They be killing it with the locks. They be making me want to get locks. But yeah, locks are awesome, and I'm glad that the woolly hair song inspired you to go natural and embrace your natural hair that comes out of your hair follicles. I'm so happy that that song encouraged you like that. That was the goal. So I'll pray to the Most High for fulfilling that goal and some sisters. All praises. I'm really still on this section. You know why? Because this section is one of my thickest sections. The crown. Most High said he's going to smite our crown. So our crown is thick, and the most thick and most coarse part of our hair. Those that have woolly hair. I'm not losing too much hair. That's good. That means I've been taking good care. You know what I haven't been doing? Putting my avocado oil. I did it on the first one. I didn't do it on the second one. So I'm gonna unravel this one and put the avocado. That's just for extra moisture. Thank you, Rhoda, for putting my website. All praises. And thanks to all that has been buying the merchandise. COVID-19 has been slowing down the shipments. So people, have been getting my things later than usual. So please be patient with me and Babylon and whatever they're doing with the COVID. So, but thank you for still purchasing the items. They're gonna get to you. It's just gonna take a little longer to get to you. But yeah, thank you for the purchases. And when y'all get y'all shirts and everything, just take a picture and tag me, because that really helps with my business, and it helps other people see what they're gonna get. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna take this off. Okay. I was like, I know I was gonna do something. Hold on, after I put this avocado, I'm gonna read the other comments. I'm gonna put this avocado in here. So yeah, because I'm taking a little longer because I'm chatting up, I'm probably just gonna stay under the dry for 15 minutes. And you know what? I might come back on here next week and show you what the next step is with my hair. It's with this new tool that I have that costs about $400, but I love it and it works for my hair. I'm not saying you need to go buy a $400 tool, but I really try to make sure that my hair is getting all the love because it needs all the love. And if I go a week or two without giving it love, it will tell me. It will be like, Zemira, you are not loving on me. And I'll be like, you're right. But okay, so let me see. I broke the top part in two because I must have did the 3 parts unevenly, but normally I just do the top part in one section, but I think I did it unevenly, so I'm gonna do 4 sections. But when I rinse it out, I'm going to rinse it together and keep it as one section, or maybe not. Okay. Let me see what else. Okay. I'm glad y'all interacting with each other on here. I see y'all talking to each other. Stand Up is my song. Andrea Burris, all praises. I'm glad Stand Up is your song. I'm glad y'all like that song. Yep, that was the single. But you know what? That's why I also like to just put a body of work out there and let the people tell me what the single should be. Because we thought Stand Up was and is the first single of Legendary People, but Israel was the one that was really the one that was gravitating to the people. So, but all praise to the Most High, it's out and people are enjoying it, streaming it. Yep. So I'm glad y'all like the music. I have so much new music. I wish I could just record them all, but it's just like so much I have to do on the back end, because my music is very much so legit as far as it's copywritten. It's all the little back end stuff that actual mainstream artists do with their music and their music administrative people do. I'm doing that on my own with the help of my Lord, of course. And it gets tedious, and it really takes time away from being creative, you know. So once I get all that together, I'll be able to be more creative and spend more time on, you know, the album, because the songs are there, y'all. I just have to record them. I have a whole album for y'all already. I just have to record them, you know. Oh, I love the community in here. Y'all are talking to each other. Nadar, he funny. I love you guys. Such a beautiful couple. All praises. Yeah, he's hilarious. He likes being in the background, but you know, yeah, he's comfortable there, and I'm very comfortable, as you can see, being in the forefront and and being here in y'all face and interacting with you guys, because that's just my spirit, you know. I pray it don't come from vanity or any kind of spirit like that. That's just, I've always been bubbly, always been open. You know, my little blood brother always, he called me a people magnet. I just, you know, that's the kind of sister that I've always been, even in like elementary school and grade school. I would be that butterfly in every lunchroom table talking to everyone, you know, because I don't like people feeling left out. So I always put myself out there and made myself very available and open. I try to be an open book, as genuine as possible, you know. So yeah, but yeah, he likes to be in the background, but he's hilarious. He's a whole character, my lord. I love him. Yeah, no, I can't see. Oh dang! I think I'm gonna have to get some glasses, because this is ridiculous. I'm all in y'all face. Oh, Rhoda said, awesome story. All praises. Yes, Hallie and Chloe. Their hair is beautiful and they're so talented. I'm so happy to see how they're growing. Of course, you know, this world is going to make them be sexy and all that, but what you going to do? You just pray for our people out there and, you know, try to live the life that the Father wants us to live as Israelites. Oh, Nadar, you have different textures of hair? Me too. I don't know if y'all could tell so far, but like on these temples right here is the most kinky. In the front is the most loose. And here is the most, I'd say, I don't know. It's coarse too. And then the back is a little loose as well. So I got different textures as well. And I speak about that on my Natural Woolly video on YouTube. My little tutorials that I started back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yep, the top, back, and the sides, different textures. Yep. Yep. Hey, Moses, I wasn't playing when he said he was going to smite our crown. He was not playing. That brother was serious. That God. Judah Cypher, shalom, brother. Hey, thanks for coming on the live. Nadar, you say yes, I need glasses. I sure do. I don't know why I'm playing myself. I need to just go ahead and get some glasses. So I can stop being all in y'all face. But all praises. All right, you are very humble. All praises. I try to be, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything, because nobody is, but, there are times when I literally forget that people listen to me daily via my music, because I'm just all into what I'm doing with my life, being a wife, trying to be a great wife. I slip in all areas of my life, but I try to remember whose I am, and I try to remember, okay, when I do slip up, I just need to get back up. And that's partially how I wrote that song too, Stand Up. You fall 7 times, well, you gotta get up the 8th time. You always gotta get up and never give up, because I could have gave up on myself a lot of times, because I haven't done a lot of nice things in my life, thus far. And I'm still young, I'm in my 30s, but, I try to, I try to keep the laws and try to make sure the Most High is pleased with me on a daily basis. Try to outweigh my bad with good. I mess up so much sometimes. I do. I be so hard on myself as well. But I try not to have a pity party, and I try to just get up and get it done, So all praises. I'm glad I could be that kind of light to some people, Hey, y'all that's coming in. Y'all that's coming in, y'all know my eyes are bad, so I'm going to be all open and grill when I'm reading your comments. Oh, boy. Rhoda said, about time, Masha. My favorite, Keep Going. Yes, that is one of my favorites. I mean, you know how parents always have their favorite child. And I don't have children that came out of my belly yet, except for my baby Zeki J. But parents always have favorites. They don't say it, but my music, what I'm saying is my music is like my babies, I'm very passionate about the music that I make, and, that I collaborate with others. And so Keep Going is like one of my favorites, because it literally helps me keep going. And I wrote that when I felt like giving up, I wrote that one when I felt like giving up, and I was like, nope, you gotta just keep going. Are you bleeding? I say something like that in the lyrics. Are you bleeding? Are you going through anything that Christ went through? Most likely not. But you're going to have to go through some trials. You're going to have to go through some tribulation. So just keep going. Do the best you can in this life, in this walk. Because this is it. After this, Christ is coming back. And he's not going to be too happy. He's not going to be too happy until what he has to accomplish is accomplished. So, all we can do is try to do our best. There's a lot of us that's saying, Lord, Lord, is not going to make it. And I just pray that I make it. I pray my Lord makes it. I want to be with him for eternity, because that's what's promised. So, that's how that song came about. And it blesses me. What's another song that blesses me? I like Keep Pressing. There's another song that, Trouble in the Flesh, because I'm married, we have a beautiful, awesome relationship, but there are times when, it's marriage is hard work. And anyone that tells you different either didn't go through nothing yet,
they didn't go through their marital trials yet, or, you know, but that's promised trouble in the flesh. And when I put that song on, it reels me back in. And I'm like, okay, I could do this. I could do this. Like my foremothers, right? So, that's another song that blesses me to the core. Let me see what y'all saying after I detangle this. So, how y'all Sunday going? After this is dinner time. After I go into the dryer for 15 minutes, I'm gonna eat some food after I rinse out this thing, and I think I might do my $400 tool. I'm gonna show y'all the tool maybe next week when I wash again. Yeah, this is taking longer because this is the literal middle of my head, my crown. Yep. One of the thickest parts. Woo. It's gonna take a little break and finger the top. Well, let me see what y'all saying. About to be all in your grill. Shalom, Masha. How do you like the video I DM you? I love the first video. I know you sent other videos. I haven't looked at that yet, but the first video with the mountains, gorgeous. Thank you for sending that to me. But y'all gotta encourage Brother Masha when this travel thing is lifted, when he could start traveling again, that he vlogs, because I would love to see the different places that you go, Masha, and for you to talk about it and like vlog about it, you know, show us the people there and all that good stuff. That would be so interesting to see, and I'm sure it'll be edifying and inspirational for all those that watch it. Because Lord knows I want to go to a new place every year. We're working towards that. You know, my credit has been going up. My Lord, too. Been working on our credit. Been working on a lot of things these past few years. So, you know, trying to work on generational wealth in the meantime, and legacy, and leaving things behind for our son, you know. So all that is in the works. But yeah, Masha, please do those vlogs, because that would be so cool if you did that. But yeah, when I get off of here later, I will watch the other videos that you sent me. Okay? I definitely will do that. Okay. Yeah. Are you shedding any blood like the Black Messiah did? Let's keep going. It really reels me back into reality. Oh, I Know Who I Am. How did that song come about? That's when I wrote that one. I remember I was at the desktop in front of the computer, and my Lord was at work, and he sent me a track, because he used to just send me tracks while he was at work, because he would make a whole track in like 30 minutes, because his commute to work would be like 30 minutes. So he would make a whole track. He's so talented, multi-talented, multi-gifted by the Father, and he would send me tracks, like when he would get to work, and be like, I just did this. And I think, no, I Know Who I Am is not one of them, but the other tracks, the other songs he was on. he would just do those in like 30 minutes. But I believe this was another brother that sent me this track. Yeah, there's another producer that sent that I Know Who I Am track. And I was at my desk, because normally I was at my desk for the Legendary People production. And I would just start writing. And the hooks normally come first. Like the choruses, they normally come first to me. And then I work on my verses, and then I do a bridge. I think the hardest part for me to write is the bridge. But yeah, so I do the hook. I know who I am. Thanks to you, I can endure to the end. I wanna see my land. I know who I am. Thanks to you, I can endure to the end. No, I'm messing it up. Forgot the words. I got so many songs, I forgot the words. Jerusalem, the motherland. Something like that. But yeah, I love that song too. Very pretty. Yeah, and then I came up with the verse. True, you love me, you do. False, I loved you too. Because, in the Christian church, you think you love the Father. You do, you got the zeal and everything. But then you figure out, okay, there's more that's required of you, saint, And so, you think you love him, And so I realized, okay, I can do better. I can do way better. I could stop eating pork. Actually, I never was into pork. Now, shrimp, I had that like every day back in the day. And that's a terrible situation because now I know that's a literal cockroach in the sea that I was eating on a daily basis from the Chinese stores. So sad. Anywho, I don't eat shrimp anymore or pork or any of those things according to Leviticus chapter, 11? I think it's 11. But yeah, I don't eat those anymore. But, if I could love the Father better by just stopping to eat those things that he says to stop eating, then why not? And so I did. So I haven't looked at a shrimp. Now, there was this sister that was telling me there's this restaurant in Dallas. It's like a vegan restaurant. And they do like this gumbo vegan dish with all these seafood foods, but it's made out of like jackfruit, because it's vegan. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I might backslide if I taste that and it actually tastes like shrimp. I don't know. I don't want to backslide. And so I never tried it. But you know what? If it was around, I probably would try it. Just to see what it tastes like. But no, I haven't had seafood like that are unlawful in a while. Now, salmon, I love salmon. Codfish, I love codfish. But I need to explore more on fishes. Because salmon and codfish is normally the only fish I cook. I think I might have cooked flounder. I'm not sure. But yeah, I Know Who I Am. I love that song too. It's a little difficult for me to sing that one too, but I press on though. I go ahead and sing it. Like with my full voice. I could sing falsetto and soft all day, but like with my full voice, it takes a lot energy out of me and a lot out of me. Nadar, I don't want Christ telling me I never knew you. You work of iniquity. Yep. That's some harsh words right there. Just some harsh words. Whoo, that's some harsh words. Yeah, I pray that doesn't happen to any of us on here. Rhoda, it feels like Monday. Does it? It feels like Sunday to me. Because this is what I normally do on a Sunday. If I'm not washing my hair, I'm like doing other stuff. What did you cook? I didn't cook nothing, sis. Not today. Today I didn't cook. I didn't cook nothing today. No, my Lord and our brother Tola, they're grilling today. So a lot of times they'll cook on Sundays, but no, I didn't cook today. I'll pray for the Most High. You know what? I like cooking. You know, I love the joy it brings. But it's just, I feel like it takes so much time every day. And I think if I didn't have the gifts that I have, I'd be cooking every day, no problem. Actually, the first couple of years of marriage, that's all I did. He would come home from work. I would cook something totally different because I would Google it or I would YouTube it. And then I would just have something. Yes. Oh, are we ready? Is food ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to get off.
Hey, y'all, I need my wife back.
All right, y'all. He said the food is ready. Speaking of food, right? I will just read off the last comments and then I'm going to go. So no, Rhoda, I didn't cook anything today. But a few days ago, I cooked like 3 whole meals. And I did like 8 servings of them. And I freeze them in the freezer in portion size. So I didn't have to cook every day. All praises to the Most High. Because I got so much to do. So, you know, so I'll be trying to work smart, not hard. So, okay. Nadar, my foremother Judith inspired me to stay strong. I love foremother Judith. I would love to meet her. She is so awesome and so courageous. She is like my inspiration. And she sang at the end of that book. Come on now. Come on now. All right, y'all. Of course you could have killed me. Thank you, Ariane, for giving me those lyrics. You know, I'll be forgetting my lyrics all the time. Amuna Shalom says, beautiful voice, love all your music. Thank you, sis. All praises, I love you. Thank you so much. Rhoda, woo, you got through the section, sis. Look, I'm not even done. I'm going to pause and I'm going to put this cap on so the moisture could stay, and then I'm going to go have dinner. And then after dinner, I'll finish this. Oh, and I'm going to go on the ZTRIBE and do the Welcome Sunday. So it's going to be another late one, y'all. Whoever's in the ZTRIBE group, anybody is welcome. You just have to give me your email. Only email subscribers are part of the ZTRIBE. So if you want to be in the ZTRIBE, I do lives over there too. So I'm going to be live again later. But on the ZTRIBE group, which is exclusively for those that are in my mailing list. And the link is, if you go to zemiraIsrael.com, you go on the bottom. That's where you could subscribe to be in the ZTRIBE, which is just, I send an email out like every week about like the updates of the music and the brand. And then, you know, you normally get the first dibs on stuff, and you normally find out exclusive stuff first and only until I share it like publicly and things like that. So, okay, I'm about to go, y'all. I'm about to go eat. Real quick, Amuna, what you using on your hair? I could use it on my daughter's hair. Oh, sure, I'll let you know. Okay, so that's the last comment I'm gonna read. What am I using in my hair? I washed with Slav. If it's not the Shea Butter one, then I'll use the Rosemary, because those are my 2 favorites. but I use different shampoos, but those are the main two. And then today I'm using Shea Moisture Manuka Honey. I love this one. It gives it nice moisture. And then other days I use this Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil or this mayo. So, alright. I'm about to go. I got this thing, so I won't be looking crazy out there. And just tie it up. And I just get this in. Oh, something's pink on my forehead. There's that little thing I used to have. Okay. And it's like a head wrap. Okay. Alright, I love y'all so much. Thanks for chilling out with me. I think I might do this every week. We'll just do my hair and chit chat with you guys. Answer any questions. Talk about how my music came about and things like that. So, I love y'all. And y'all take care of yourself, okay? Shalom. Bye.